Chat, can you see me? Can you hear me? In my country there is problem, and yet problem is the microphone. Oh, you can't see me? Oh, I will eat this camera and turn it into capacitor mush. Oh, haha. It's 5 p.m. It's like everybody here is from one side of the world, the middle of the world, from the center of the earth, from the dark side of the moon. Who's from the dark side of the moon? Right? We are now gathering the crowd so we can actually talk about the big elephant, the big gunship, the big strider in the room. And that's the fire extinguisher. Son of a gun. There, the fire extinguisher. No, it's not really. Today we talk about specific topic, Metrocop, the Metrocops, the combined Metrocops, and their fate, their role, their future, and their way of thinking about things. That is very important, and I believe it will be incredibly interesting to explore, as was the last topic of the combine, the last topic of Dr. Brin, the last topic of why the donuts have what they have. Cam the Bumpman, best Polish translator. Joanna says, not actually kill, they likely knock out those people in apartments since Overwatch set miscount detected. That apartment had malicious people in there. And the citizens in those apartments which you're talking about, for people who don't know the context, when you play Half-Life 2, you go through one of the apartment blocks. Apparently these people were a storefront, a front for the rebellion. And what do you think, that the civil protection just randomly raided an apartment block? That they just decide, oh, it's another apartment, another day at the streets of City 17. Let's just go and beat the crap out of unsuspecting people, because why not? No. They perfectly knew about the rebellion. They perfectly knew about this place, so they were raiding it. It was a raid, and Gordon was just in time for the raid, becoming part of the rebellion without actually wanting to. It's like he was forced to become part of the rebellion just because he was put in such a position. Let's use that. Civil protection are volunteers who want a better life. Sure, you can say it's selfish. All right, I agree. Oh, I haven't clicked to that. It's selfish, but it's either be selfish or die. Well, which is the better choice? Die? Selfish. It's not that great of choosing selfishness, but at the same time, if you become civil protection, you have power. You can change things, potentially. Why do you have to be a bad civil protection officer? You can be a good one. And at the same time, reap the rewards. When you're raiding an apartment block, are you going to just shoot civilians? Or are you going to apprehend them in the least possible damaging way? Are you going to make people pick up the can? Or are you going to show people the directions to the nearby money office where they can collect some money? Or are you going to give them some of your food? You can do that. Why do you have to be selfish? Is it selfish to want to actually have a better life on a withering world? Everything around you is degrading. Rust. No more children. No more water. Everything is so low. Maslin Brunner. The Metro Police are only called civil protection to make it seem like they're there to help. But in reality, they're Maslin. Civil protection officers, Metrocops, are not really bullies. They need to follow the regulations that are given to them by civil protection and by Overwatch. Alright, fair point. But do you need to be a bully? They're normal people. Barney Calhoun. Barney Beer Pal. Yeah, the Beer Pal Barney. He's civil protection. How many more from that rebellion are part of civil protection and are trying to make change, trying to do good, trying to save civilians from amalgamation into the combine? They're just people. Sure, there's some rotten apples part of the civil protection, obviously. Nothing's perfect. But that doesn't mean that they're not trying, that they're maybe more than half of these civil protection officers are not trying to just do their best, try to keep order. This damn rebellion, it's like officers are dying here and there. There's a lot of tension in the air, in City 17. Hell, they probably are coming from another city. And there's tension everywhere. Bombs, Just normal civilians throwing guns and fighting without any notice. Just think about it, how much violence there is against this regime. And what are these police officers supposed to do, these Metrocops? Order! Order! Into chaos! They're there to keep the order. And if you comply with the law and stay away from dingy corridors with abusive Metrocops, oof, you should be fine, right? Just follow the law. Don't poke your nose where you shouldn't poke your nose. And everything should be fine. But no, you know the rebels, and by your inaction, you are collaborating with the rebels. So even when you live in the same block, but you don't really talk with them, or are part of the rebellion, don't expect some different treatment when you've collaborated knowingly, by being inactive without reporting them to the authorities. The good citizen reports bad conduct of fellow citizens. And I guess it sounds awful, but we're talking about a world where that's reality, all right? That is reality. And what can you do about reality? Other than live in it, coexist, prolong your survival in that reality. I'm not saying from my point of view in a democratical world that we should accept this, but in the reality of Half-Life 2, in this reality, where it's not different and there's nothing better. That is what one should just do in order to survive properly. Dude says the Combine is evil because they banned the cheese. No, it's just extinct. There is no more cows. There's no more goats. What are you supposed to make cheese from? Breast milk? There's no children for breast milk. What you talking about? Oh God, why did I say that? I don't even want to think about it. Is that even a thing? Drone says that in fact, super protection can go rogue once Overwatch is down, and none can order them what to do, so they can simply join resistance and go against the Combine. Even so, would you think that they would do that? They understand the consequences of rebellion. They've seen what happens. I guess they know what the stalkers are. It's like, even if the Citadel has fallen, would you still bloody hell go against them? They can just teleport back to here and take over and punish you. Yeah? What is this? Why is there water on my chair? So I have the civil protection units. And we've established that Metrocops are just normal humans. They have dreams, they have aspirations. Well, probably they don't really have dreams, but because they've been pretty much... Many of the human dreams have been crushed. What they have is the will to survive. They want to not cease existing. They want to have food. They want to have a place to live and like a roof over their head. They want at least some kind of security. And if they were just a normal citizen, that security just didn't really exist, did it? And potentially Metrocops could even have been pushed by the rebels to become Metrocops. By that I mean that it's either collaborate with the Combine and get killed by the rebellion because you're a traitor, you're a snitch. If you've snitched against the rebels are gonna probably waste you. If you snitch against the Combine and work against the Combine is going to waste you. And if you're in between, then the Combine is potentially gonna waste you because you didn't collaborate against the rebels. And the rebels are gonna waste you, for that kill you, if you don't collaborate against the Combine. In both cases, as you see, Dr. Breen, this is an awful conundrum. It's awful because you can't really be neutral. You can be Switzerland. You cannot just stay idle and live your life. Join a side or perish. You can't be like, oh my God, today is the day of my show. Today I can watch a Brinkcast episode 55. Oh my God, I can hear rebels in other room talking how to destroy Combine. I have to report them. Breen's been telling me to report suspicious activity. But if I report them, then oh my apartment, what will happen? I have contract and my landlord, he is rebel. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Like, you don't have a choice. You join them or you perish. That's it, chat. So Metrocops, by definition, are not evil. They're just as big of a victims as the rebels are. Because you're pushed to join one of the teams. You can't be neutral. If the Metrocops are good guys, then why is there no strip club? Well, there could have been strip club. Well, that's the thing. If there's a reproductive suppression field, that's right. So this suppression field could have just as well removed all kind of libido. By that, any kind of urges. So why do you need a strip club? Pointless. And non-mechanical, was it non-mechanical stimulation or something like that? Non-mechanical reproduction simulation. It's like the only way you can get the feeling is through a non-mechanical reproduction simulation, which potentially maybe disables the suppression field. I don't know, but why is it so special, right? Why does a Metrocop get that? Unless the suppression field removes of all kinds of urges. And the only way to get that is through this mentioned long word. All right? So if we continue forth to talking about the Metrocops, we understand that citizens become Metrocops either from pressure or from understanding that this pressure is going to come one way or another. They do not think that things will remain as they are forever. They understand that change must be met, either rebellion or joining the enemy. And the rebellion doesn't really... It's like, what does the rebellion offer? We're going to have some SMGs and we're going to eat dog food. Would you like to join the rebellion? Best place on earth to waste your life. We are fighting for a good cause. We are better than those machines. Oh, they give you non-mechanical reproduction stimulation. We give you dog food. What do you say? Oh, you want more? You want more? If you're a good person, we might give you a few peanuts and some cheese. Ha! And then jokes on you because you joined for the cheese because you think, oh my God, look at them. They promised me the world. And then they lie to you and they send you to die. Best choice ever made, right? Okay, so you join the Metrocops and you think you're doing the world of you think that you can do a change in the world, but it's on your first shift. So you're in your first shift and you've been given all your weapons and you're being instructed on how to conduct, how to behave, what to do in certain situations. You're being trained, but there is no time to be trained, so your training will be in the real world. And all you're gonna get is experience and potentially some insights from fellow officers. And you think, all right, now I have power. Now I can control these idiots from killing each other. I can stop the violence. I can be the harbinger of peace. And then it's a normal day. Nothing really happens in the city. You're not sent to very bad sectors, danger zones. You didn't fight with anybody. Citizens just went on their day. And then you returned home. And people were giving you the eye. The stink eye. And you were like, why are they looking at me like that? I joined the Combine so I can make a difference in the world. Sure, I joined the enemy, but isn't this the way forward? Isn't this the way to the future? Isn't this how we fix all of these problems that are occurring every day? I believe that I can make a change, and yet they're looking at me like I am a traitor, a piece of trash. They're looking at me as I'm a nothing, and you start feeling anxious. You feel like you're in danger. All these people that you once knew, that even you had friends, they're looking at you as if you're the devil, as if you're some kind of insane person, as if you belong to the insane asylum which was destroyed decades ago. Why? Why? Because you made a choice, because you made a decision to make a change in your life, to survive, to get a better kind of security for your future. And that's why they're giving you the stink eye. And what are they doing? What are they doing? Moving around, wobbling about, just existing for what? Why are they not joining this greater purpose? And you start questioning it, questioning yourself. You start thinking that maybe they do not know anything, that they're just primates. There's just some crazy monkeys that don't know better about anything. You are now a metrocop of the Combine. You have the power to make a difference. You can create order from chaos. Your hands are the tools of salvation to those who don't even ask for it, but those who need it most. That fire extinguisher is the spiciest, dude. Oh my god. Take Conundrum! So, your fellow neighbors, like you're the civil protection officer, and you went home, and now everybody's looking at you as if you are garbage. You can't understand why that's happening until you figure out that those people, they need help. You need to. It's like when we talked about Breen, is he the villain or victim? In a way, you're a victim of this Metrocop, you, the Metrocop, are a victim of your fellow civilians' ignorance. Because they don't know better, they make you a victim. But since you have the influence to help them, you're no longer a victim. You're a protector. As the title of this video says, you protect, you attack, and you don't hold anything back. Your job as a civil protection officer is to bring order to the streets, to protect the citizens of the city, and to always abide by the Combine rule. Never question authority. You are authority, but do not question it, and do whatever it takes to keep the order stable. What's wrong with that? You like that. You like that. You like to have power. You like to manage. You like to be able to change things. And so you kind of stop seeing your fellow civilians as, you kind of see them as monkeys in a way. And that creates a division between yourself and them. And now you're wealthier, you have food, you have perks which they don't have. You're trying to show them the way. They disdain you. They hate you. Your fellow civilians, they see you as a thorn in humanity. And so, the more and more you see how you're being treated, the less you see a point in trying to remain human, right? What's the point of being human if your attempts at keeping humanity stable are failing? When you're getting treated like trash, when your fellow Metrocops are being shot, when you've been shot, when many have attempted to kill you, even at your own place, your fellow civilians have attempted to kill you. You've been blackmailed, you've been threatened. What's the point? What are you fighting for? Should you really keep trying the good way? You try to protect them normally, and they try to kill you. They call you a traitor, that you joined the Combine and not the rebellion. What are you going to do? You going to accept this? Are you going to be a victim? Or are you going to be a protector? Are you going to not stand up and say, no more? You will do as I say, because you are a brainless monkey. You've shown time and time again you have no respect for my status as Metrocop. Has been totally abolished by you. Give it to YouTube. This is context. We're talking about the Half-Life 2 Metrocops, all right? So now, you listen. You listen. You either join, or I will take you personally to Nova Prospect. Do you understand? And the rebels are not going to take that lightly. They will say, yes, sure, we will change. But they just try to kill you again, and then you see everything is pointless to try and save humanity the way you tried to save it. And you have the opportunity to join the ranks of the soldiers, to lose your humanity and become something greater, to join yourself with machine and be able to do things that you were never able before. I'm going to report my neighbors for being rebels, yes, Mjolnir. So we have the Combine sympathizers, and we report them to the rebels, and then we report the rebels to the Combine. Yeah? So we do double profit. And then we get killed even faster. No, what are you talking about? That's not double profit. You don't report both factions and think, I am abusing loophole. Loophole. I found it. I found a way for yet unlimited food. Continuet says back in the Combine's benefits. I just want to be a Metrocop and upgrade myself to Overwatch Trooper. Yes, but you upgrade yourself to Overwatch Trooper because you're being disrespected anyways. And you're limited by your human biology. You can't stay 24/7 every day without sleeping. You need to take breaks to eat. You need to take breaks to use the toilet right. You have all these needs, and if you just accept this symbiosis with machine, you potentially remove all these barriers. You can directly talk with Overwatch. You don't have these dissonant thoughts because you're being fought for. Someone's already thinking for you. You think in code. You think in order. Your programming is flawless. Weed Engineer. Rebel is on good side, yeah? Weed Engineer. Rebels are fighting for a good cause in regards to humanity, but you think they're not causing the atrocities anyways? Do you think that they're not gonna do whatever it takes to achieve their goals? That's the thing. If you don't join the rebels, they're gonna pressure you into joining. Do you really have a choice either way? What do you think the rebels are just gonna say, oh, you can join if you want to. We're not gonna do anything about it. Oh, you know that we have a base in your basement. Don't worry, we trust you. Come down in basement and we lock the door there so you can live, and we supervised by our fat guard. Fat guard will feed you and escort you to sunlight once in a month. If you say no, you are a Combine sympathizer, you will be punished. Right now, I'm going to explain everything from start to finish so you can understand why I believe that Metrocops are protectors. First of all, you're in the middle. You're a citizen. You have a choice to join Combine or Rebels. You join Combine because you think that you're actually going to make a difference. You're kind of pressured by this tug of war because it's one or the other. The Rebels are pressuring you to join the Rebels. The Combine is pressuring you to expose the Rebels. One way or another, you got to make a choice. So you make a choice to join the Combine because you think that you actually have the power. As a Rebel, you don't really have any power other than to resist in a very dangerous and aggressive way. So you join Combine, but then you're disrespected. Then you see all the chaos and violence. And you're trying to do best, but things just keep falling apart. And the rebels, they're just causing more problems and more problems. So, as you keep failing to do anything, you understand the limits of your biology. You understand the limits of your humanity. And that your compassion is sometimes making you bias. It's getting you to make wrong choices. And that's when you finally decide to become a Combine soldier and lose who you are. That's pretty much the journey of a Metrocop, from start to finish. And you could say, but Markovas, well, you're crazy, you stupid monkey. No, wait, I'm not crazy. He is. They are protectors because they are the ones who try and bring order. Otherwise, these rebels, these groups, these mafias and gangs are gonna just keep bludgeoning society. Whatever's left of it anyways. They're gonna keep bludgeoning it because chaos creates problems. And you need an officer to preserve the stability of the city. You could say whatever you want. They are preserving it because without them, you're gonna have gangs, you're gonna have rebels, and they're gonna fight with each other, all right? It's something that's happening around the world right now, and it has happened in history. And you are a protector. You can say, but there's abusive people. I know there's abusive Metrocops. It's because they are not handling it well. They cannot handle the pressure. They've nearly died. Their lives are at stake yet every day. There is danger around every corner. And they've stopped caring about it all. They don't care about their lives anymore. There's nothing to live to. So they just become abusive pieces of garbage. Some of the Metrocops. You think most of the Metrocops are abusive pieces of garbage? No, they joined because they wanted to help. They wanted to make the city better. And potentially, in civil protection, there are a lot of good Metrocops. Why do you think that there are many bad ones? Because you saw a few bad ones, you think all of them are the same? That's not how people work. So, we have the bad apples, we have the good apples, and we have the transition into something greater, which is the Combine Soldiers. And yeah, Chad, what do you think? Do you still think that they are abusers, or do you think they are protectors?